So let's get into tanker trailers. So tanker trailers are built to hold liquids and or dry materials for easy and safe transportation. They can transport a range of cargo from milk to hazardous materials. Okay. Tanker trailers can be broken down into four broad categories based on what they are used to transport. First one would be fuel and petroleum. Okay. You could carry liquids such as fuel oil, gasoline, propane. Okay. This usually requires a hazmat endorsement, which we will get into in a later chapter. Okay, the next type of category would be food grade. Okay, tankers can carry liquids such as water, milk, juice. Okay, these models may come with a heating and or cooling system. Okay, there are also food grade dry bulk variations that can carry foods such as sugar, salt, and flour. Okay, next one would be a chemical, and this is just a general tank, okay? Um, Next one would be chemical and acid tanks. They carry industrial chemicals, okay? Some models can be designed to carry corrosive materials as well, okay? And last but not least would be dry bulk, okay? You can carry materials such as sand, fertilizer, things like that. So all these type of commodities are things that can go on a tanker trailer. Okay, and this is what a tanker would look like. All right, let's go to the next trailer. All right, flatbed trailers. I love these. One of my favorite trailers. A flatbed trailer is a typical open deck that has no roof nor sides. As you see, it's just open. It is a open deck trailer. It is mainly used for transporting heavy, oversized, wide, and indelicate goods such as machinery, building supplies, even equipment. Okay, the flatly shaped body makes it much easier to load and unload goods. Lengths vary from 48 to 53 feet in length. Okay, so this is what a flatbed is, and is given that name for its obviously flat shape. Okay, let's get into the next trailer. All right, next trailer we're talking about is step deck trailers. A step deck trailer, also known as a drop deck or a lowboy, is a commercial trailer designed to carry tall cargo that exceeds the legal height limit if transported on a traditional flatbed trailer, like we saw in the other screen. Transporting tall cargo on a step deck prevents drivers and operators from having to obtain permits, okay? Because the trailer is lower, okay? You have what's called legal loads, which legal loads would be defined as what's considered legal in height, okay, or width, height, width, or length, okay, and also weight, okay. So flatbeds, like you saw in the prior video, and again, this is something we'll get into more in depth in another video, but just a little quick note. Flatbeds are higher in height than what a step deck would be, and let me just show you. So you see here, a step deck is a little lower to the ground. So you could potentially haul something taller on a step deck and it would be considered legal than if you were to put that same item on a flatbed because it would be taller, which would make it deem it to be an illegal load. Okay. Don't worry. I know that may be confusing. Trust me, we will get into it later. Okay. Just want you to kind of have a general understanding. So transporting tall cargo on a step deck like this would prevent drivers and operators from having to obtain permits because it would be considered legal potentially if it is on um, a lower standing trailer. Okay, step deck trailers have two decks, an upper and a lower. Okay, upper here, lower here. Many step deck trailers also have ramp capabilities, making it easier to load and unload equipment. Again, this is something that we will get into. So a ramp would be considered an accessorial, okay? What they're talking about here have ramp capabilities. It's considered an accessorial or an accessory, something that you can use in addition to your trailer for transporting freight. So ramps are these two little long, what do you want to call them? Rails. I mean, it's a ramp. That's what it is. It's a kind of like railing that you would use on the back, on the end of the step deck, in order to drive some type of um, equipment on it, like a forklift or a bulldozer or a excavator, okay, or a boom lift, okay, something with wheels that you would want to use to roll up on the ramps and get onto the trailer. Okay, but again, that's something that we'll get into in another video. I just want you to understand what they're saying here. Okay, so many step deck trailers also have ramp capabilities, making it easier to load and unload equipment. Okay. Also meaning, for example, if you have, let's say you have some big pallets on here, okay, and you need to use a forklift to get them off. Well, if you have the ramps, you can take the forklift, get on here with the forklift, lift up those boxes or those pallets, and then come off very easily. So it makes for easier loading and unloading of equipment that you may have um, on the trailer. Okay. Um, Examples of things that can go on step decks: boom lifts, okay, drilling rigs, bulldozers, oil, gas, and petroleum equipment, storage tanks, construction materials, building supplies and materials, okay, and excavators. Those are all things that can go on step decks, step deck trailers. Okay. All right, last but not least, let's talk about RGNs, which stands for removable goosenecks. So goosenecks trailers, which are also called low boys because of how low they are to the ground, can be quickly and easily detached from truck trailers thanks to a hydraulic system that's able to raise and lower the trailer on demand. RGNs can go from 3 axles, okay, which just quickly, these are axles. Each set of tires that you see on a trailer is considered an axle. Okay, so this one has 3 axles. RGNs can go from 3 axles up to 20 plus axles for heavier shipments up to 150,000 pounds. Yes, this is for heavy duty freight, guys. Okay. An RGN is ideal for driving, rolling, pushing, and or pulling the equipment onto the trailer bed. So let's talk about this one just for a minute because I want you to visually understand what is going on with this trailer. So it is called a gooseneck trailer just because of this kind of shape here. It could somewhat remind you of the neck of a goose. Okay. And what happens is that this part here hitches on to the back of